because, the Bible said Jesus could do no mighty works where he was because the people were too familiar. And we think about it. How often do we sit in our churches with needs and you wishing that I could hear, but the familiarity has told me that it would be useless to talk to you. See, a lot of people don't realize that. Had you ever considered that? I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of folks that I know personally. And they said, I was praying for God to give you a word. And I said, well, your prayer got answered. I got the word. But I didn't give it because I felt, there's a reason why they call it a familiar spirit. And familiar is a form of the word what? Family. And sometimes you get too familiar that how you can be benefited won't happen. Now, familiarity is not a malicious thing. A lot of times we think it's about malice. It's not about malice. It's about unbelief. Familiarity is always about unbelief. A ceasing to believe because you think something else has told you better. Ceasing to believe because you think something else has told you better. And so people sit in churches with needs that are amazing. And they need God to send a prophet. They need him to send a word. But you forget that prophets and apostles are people. And the best covering, because that's what we're going to talk about, comes from relationship. And when you breach the relationship, you disintegrate your covering. Is that a word? Because we in the church are always looking to become familiar. We want to familiarize ourselves. We want to family-ate everything. Problem is, what we are familiar with, we do not respect. You don't respect your mama. You like your mom. You like your dad. You don't respect them. You don't respect sister's gift. You don't respect brother so-and-so. You don't respect those things. And because you don't respect them, how you can benefit from them diminishes. The one thing that the Bible teaches over and over again is to not let those who rule over you rule in what? In what? In vain, but also in frustration. Because they said that will be unprofitable to you. Now, we want profitability, but we want profitability from the works of our own hands. We don't want the profitability that God put in the kingdom. And so last night, I was able to prosper quite a few people simply because they had no familiarity. People say, I want to get to know you. I want to get close to you. I want to get your heart. And I used to try to do that. That's a pastoral thing because apostles and prophets knows that's useless. It is a useless thing because the more you bring people into your sphere, into your home, into your life, into your friendships, into your relationships and all of that, the less they respect you. And especially when you bring the wrong people.